Hey collectors, thanks for watching. I'm the Collector of Coins, and that's right, we are doing a live stream tonight. This is not going to be a very long one, but what we're going to be focusing on are a few half cents that I picked up since my last live stream. As you can see here, I have a 1804 half cent. We're going to take a look to figure out its condition. We're going to look for varieties, and then we're going to assign a value to each of them, and then I'm going to put them in a flip. As a dealer, I am very lucky that I come across coins, particularly coins that I like. I do collect half cents personally. Sometimes I sell them. These I'm just trying to figure out if we're going to send them out to get graded, leave them raw, resell them, or keep them. Right? That's basically it. So let's take a look together. So this is an 1804 half cent. It's one of my favorite coins. If you've seen my channel before, and if you will know that I have a spiked chin half cent in AU condition, almost uncirculated, that I got as a kid. It's the first coin that I ever got. My grandfather gave it to me. It has a lot of sentimental value, which is why I like the half cent so much. So we're going to look at this particular one. There are a number of varieties. This one has a crosslet 4 on it. And you can see because the 4 in 1804 has a cross at the end of the 4 rather than just being plain. You can see there's that little up and down cross. And let's see, the reverse, there's another variety that we're going to look for. Let's turn it around. There are, on the wreath, some of them have stems coming off of the wreath, like this one does, and some do not. All right, so what we have here is crosslet 4 stems. So I want to write this down so I can keep track. So this is an 1804 half cent. Crosslet 4 stems. Now, let's take a look at the condition. What we're going to be looking for is, there are enough details. Is the date readable, which it is. We're going to look for primarily some drapery on the bust being available. So let's turn it over to the obverse of the coin. We have the hair of Liberty. You can see well-struck eye. There's a lot of wear on the coin, which is very common for a coin of this age. But here we have some drapery, and it's actually pretty decent. Let's see. In fine condition, it would say that it would be shoulder drapery and hair over brow worn smooth. So let's look at the hair, assuming it's over the brow over here. And it's not worn smooth. We still see some details in the hair. We see quite a lot of details in the drapery. So this is better than fine, but I don't think it's much better than fine. Let's take a look at some of the other characteristics. In very fine, there'd only be some slight wear in the mention in those areas, and there'd be some slight wear on the reverse. And then in extremely fine, there'd be light wear in the highest parts of the hair and wreath. So let's take a look at the wreath. I'm thinking this is in fine condition, better than better than F12. Yeah, we got some details. You can see some of it's worn, but all in all, pretty nice looking coin. I think it's original. I'm not seeing any cleaning marks. There's some potential cleaning in this field here. Maybe some abrasion. Hard to tell with this particular microscope. Now I can zoom in more so, but not when I'm projecting through the computer for a stream. So I'll give this some more studies, but we're going to say F15. All right, so F15 condition, but we need to see which variety this is. And if you saw my last stream, you know that there are a number of Cohen and Sheldon varieties of these coins. So let's take a look at my reference manual for the 1804. And let's see here. Try to find the first variety. Thank you for bearing with me. I got to do this lookup here. Make sure I get to the right page. Okay, let's see here. All right, I think I found this section here. So, you know, with the 1804 draped bust half cent, 1,055,312 were made. That's how many were struck. However, it's likely that 200,000 or more were from dies, 1803 dies. And if 800,000 dated in 1804 were struck, this is probably the most number struck up until that point, it says. So let's see what we have here. So, okay, so here we got crosslet 4 stems to wreath, which is what we have in this version. It describes it as 4 is high. And let me get my eyeglasses back on. Let's take a look at the obverse of the coin. See what die state we're looking at here. And there we go. So the 4 is high, as you can see. Okay, 4 high, crossbar points to the center of the O. 1 is slightly nearer to the denticles. All right, so let's see here. So it's not easy to see the denticles. Those have been worn, but you can see that the 1 is slightly lower than the 8. All right, and so now what we're looking for is 5 berries on the reverse at left and right. If we have that, that means there's an estimated population 250 to 400. Now what we're doing is really looking at very specific examples. All right, so berries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. Okay. And the denominator, 200, the 2 and O are properly spaced. So we should see some nice spacing here. That looks correct. But the 2 O's almost touch, which is what looks like we have here. The fraction bar is, let's see, long and extends to nearly halfway over the top of the 2, which this does. The berry under the left upright M of America. So that would be that berry. Point of leaf under the right upright M. Let me see what that's referring to. Let's see, berry under left upright of M of America, which that is, and then point of leaf under right upright of M. This die was used to coin 1803 and 1804 crosslet stems to wreath. A crack develops to the right side of the second T of states. So far it's got all the characters. Let's see if we can see a die crack. We're looking at the second T, which we're not seeing. So I'm wondering if this is, let's quite possibly the variety that we have. Looking for other crosslet for stems. Crosslet for stems to reef. Here's another one. Estimated population of about 40 to 70. The obverse of the 4 is slightly closer to the rim than to the drapery. So this one, the one I'm just reading now, is more scarce. I don't think it's this one. No, see, this is closer to the drapery. Okay, here's the other one here, which is probably more prevalent. Stems to reef a greater population. Date widely spaced, crossbar. No, I don't think it's that one. We don't have a die crack. For stemless wreath. So, interesting. I think what we have here is, hey Diggin' Dave, how you doing? We're just checking out a few more half cents that I have. Trying to figure out what variety. And it's looking like quite possibly that I have the 1804 crosslet for stems to wreath, BW1, Cohen 1, Breen 1 dies, which looks like it has an estimated population of 250 to 400. I'm placing this condition at about F15, which would basically make it worth maybe $180. Let me take a look at a more recent price guide. Here I'm just basically trying to get studied on half cents, you know. They're one of my favorite coins. I think they're challenging to learn, particularly due to all the varieties. Okay, let's see. Okay, crosslet for stems, C1. Yeah, R4. So I think this is the R4 variety, so probably worth about $300 from the looks of the gray sheet. I'm going to confirm another book that we're looking at, the variety that I think we're looking at. And it takes time, guys, to study and learn coins and properly identify them. So the telltale sign on this one is that the 4 on the 1804 is raised, as you can see here, and that on the reverse, that the 2 and the O of the fraction are properly spaced, but the 2 O's aren't. So let me see if we can figure out what variety. So variety 1, large forward vertical crosslet. At the end of the horizontal line of the numeral, this numeral has been placed in the die much higher than the 18O, so it touches the bust. Reverse A would be the reverse C of 1803. There would be a die break noted in the T. I think this is the first use that I have, not the second use. Thus this variety comes with a likely cracked reverse die first use, and with the reverse badly cracked second use. That's rarity 1 and 2. Rarity 3, both use the and second use states of the reverse die are of equal scarceness, quite rare. Then there's a variety 2, which this one isn't because the 4 is at the normal height. This is not variety 4 because the 4 would be lower. Variety 5. So this says during this dye marriage, obverse one goes changes results in a spiked chin. Obverse. The first strikes do not have the spiked chin, and for a number of years are thought to be a separate variety. See, reverse B is equidistant numerator, so this does not have an equidistant numerator. So, I'm beginning to think this is the first variety Cohen. Let's take a look at the reverse again. Yeah, those are not equidistant. The two O's are closer together and not evenly spaced. So this is not variety 5. And then the thing that's interesting is we're not really seeing any die cracks in states, which we should see. So that's what's throwing me off here. And this is not the spiked chin variety as far as I can tell. Let's see if we can see any. Well, here we go. So that's got some of the early marks of the spiked chin. Let's see. But the reverse isn't right, so it's not variety. Maybe is it variety 5? Not variety 5. It's not variety 3. Let's see if there's a die break on the obverse. No, I mean, as far as I can tell, this is the variety 1. All right, here we go. Variety 7. Let's see if the lip of is got a die break. No. No, variety 7, the O's are evenly spaced. Variety 8 is a spiked chin. No, let's see. Variety 10. Okay, here we go. No, but this does not have the same 4. So it's not variety 10. Variety 12. Crossed 4, previously used to coin variety 10. The stem, no, I have stems though, so wow, okay. So as far as I can tell, this one is the 1804 crosslet 4 stem variety. Variety 1, so this would be Cohen 1. Yeah, looks like Cohen 1. Rarity 3 in fine 15 condition. So let's just check the rarity 4. Yeah, I mean, this is like maybe a $300 coin. All right, not bad. Let's get this into a flip. Let's get it properly labeled with better handwriting than I did on the mock-up here. So let me grab that. We'll take a look at, this coin next. I'll take it out of this flip. It's an 1805 that we're going to look at next. Hopefully everyone's having a good evening. And it looks like the flip I have is too big of a holder. Oh, it's the same size. I guess so many of these 2x2 flips, I can never easily find the right size that I'm looking for at any given moment here. I think this is the right size here. I don't like having coins sliding around within the flips, so I'm going to try to find one that's the right size. Yeah, that's much better. Alright, let's put these away. Hope you guys have been enjoying the live streams. Plan to do more in the rest of the year. Hopefully I'll get better at it as time goes on. I think sort of the combination of trying to narrate and grade and appraise and research isn't as smooth as I was hoping it would be. Okay, so we have 1804. Crosslet 4. Stems. C1. In fine condition. Given the variety, we're gonna say this is worth $300. All right, not bad. I think I got a good price on that. Let's put this one aside. I got another one here. This is another 1804 half cent that we'll look at next. This one is in a little rougher shape than the last one. You see less details in the hair, less detail in the drapery. This to me is a very solid fine. The other one was probably fine to very fine. All right, so let's see, what do we got in this one here? Okay, plain 4, not the crosslet 4, but plain 4, stemless. All right, plain 4 stemless. Big gouge in back here, so it's damaged. This one, and the first one, I wouldn't send it out to get graded. That dot above the C and the N in cent has got to be a noted variety of some kind. That's got to be a marker because I've never seen that. So let's take a look. Let's get to 1804. Let's see here. Plain 4. There's a floor of the die from the 4th outside leaf. Let's see here. Got to go back. Got to find the stemless version. All right, so the plain 4 stemless is a later die-state. So let's see here. Variety 10, variety 11, variety 12. That's cross-up 4. Variety 13. Obverse 5. The plain 4. Stemless wreath. In this striking, a flaw as mentioned, the last variety is more prominent, but it takes at least a fine specimen to locate it. So you probably won't see. Obverse, it always seen with the cracked. Describe the variety 11. Rarity, plain 4 without stems. The most common 1804 half set in all conditions. It's in my experience that 1 out of every 4 is this variety. So this is a much common one. So really the first one was not common. This one is common. Let's take a look again. Yeah, it's not variety 1, it's not variety 2, it's not variety 3, or 4. 3 looks like it was delisted. It's not 5. Yeah, so this is 13. So we're probably just called plain, yeah, plain 4, no stems, yeah, C13, and probably about $150 in this condition. All right, so let's get this in a flip. This one was a lot easier to kind of sort out than the other one was, simply because less possibilities of varieties when we got into this type here. So let's write that down. So this is an 1804 plain 4 stemless C13. Fine condition. And what did we say this was worth? $150. All right. Okay, so that's two examined. We got one more to look at. Let's get this flipped up. Excuse me. The next one is an 1805 half cent. Let's get this one out. This one is in rougher shape, guys. Less detail on the hair, more abrasions. Not too bad detail on the drape. So, but I would say given the wear, this is probably VG to F. 1805. All right, let's see if we can determine which variety it is and if there are varieties. So yeah, there'd be a no stems, there'd be a small 5 with stems and a large 5 with stems. So let's see what we can find here. So first, let's take a look at the reverse to see if we have stems or no stems. And we have no stems. Okay. So we got an 1805, no stems. So that narrows it down to probably the most common one. Let me see here. Let's just confirm. It'd be nice if this had stems on it. Yeah, no stems. So the small 5 stems is very rare and worth quite a lot. And there's two varieties. One is a C2 with a rarity 7, and there's a C3, Cohen 3, with the rarity 6. The rarity 7 in this condition would be worth about $7,000. The rarity 6 would be worth about $2,000. But I believe what we're looking at here is the R1, which would be worth like $125 here. And let's see. Yeah. Original view. The person I bought it from was praising this much higher than the current condition. I think I downgraded the condition quite a bit, but I paid significantly less for it than they were asking, because again, I think they overestimated the condition. So yeah, 1805. No stems, Cohen 1, rarity 1. All right, so let's get a flip for this one. We'll put that one in there. 1805. Stemless, Cohen 1, VGF. Just confirm the 150. All right, we'll put that one away, and with that, we will wrap up this quick live stream. We'll put one of them back under. That's the plain 4-1. And collectors, I just want to say, if you've tuned in, appreciate you watching. If you watch after the live stream, thanks so much. Hopefully you'll consider giving me a thumbs up. I know this was not the most dynamic of videos, but this was more what I would consider a numismatic video, spending some time examining and grading some coins underneath the microscope. If you're interested in the microscope, there's a link below in the description, along with other links that you might find helpful. All right, thanks for watching. Happy collecting.